Here we are again for another episode of Geekiest of the Geeks. Today we're talking about the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn series by Tad Williams and Nerd News. Let's go. Be welcome and enter my domain, fellow geeks, for I am your host, Doug Croft. Let's jump right in and talk about the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn books by Tad Williams. Usually I review new books that I'm reading, but this time I'd like to go back and look at one of my favorite book series. The first book, The Dragonbone Chair, came out in 1988. It was followed by The Stone of Farewell 2 years later, and A Green Angel Tower 3 years after that. The story centers mainly on the character Simon, who begins the story as the Scullion in the castle of the dying king of Ostenard. Simon is caught up in the political intrigue between the king's sons, but he's forced to flee the castle after his mentor, Dr. Morganase, is killed. And the feud between the two princes is revealed to have ties to a much more ancient struggle between the immortal garden-born families of Ostenard. These books include elements of various mythologies, cultures, and historical events that are all mixed together. But the heart of these books are the characters like Simon, Miriamil, Joshua, Benebek, and Jariki. They're characters who want to do the right thing, but they don't always know what that is, and they struggle to live their lives balanced by the burdens and duties that they didn't ask for. And in the case of Simon and Miriamil, they are characters that are growing up, becoming adults, and trying to find a place for themselves in the world as caring, responsible people. One of my favorite quotes is something that Dr. Morganase told Simon. Never make your home in a place. Make a home for yourself inside your own head. You'll find what you need to furnish it. Memory, friends you can trust, love of learning, and other such things. That way you will carry it with you wherever you journey. That's something that's stuck with me since I first read this book over 20 years ago. Williams is currently going back to these characters in a new trilogy of books called The Last King of Ostenard. The first book is titled The Witchwood Crown and will be followed by Empire of Grass and The Navigator's Children. These books will be set about 30 years after the end of To Green Angel Tower. Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn is an excellent series of books to read if you haven't already, and the forthcoming sequels are at the top of my most anticipated list of books. In nerd news, director Robert Rodriguez will be directing James Cameron's live screen adaptation of the Japanese manga, Elita Battle Angel, while Cameron continues to work on the Avatar movies. The story is about a cyborg who is rescued from the scrap heap and hunts down criminals. Vin Diesel teases that he's still set to play Black Bolt in Marvel's Inhumans movie coming out in 2019. But I have to wonder if we might see Black Bolt show up a little bit earlier, say on a smaller screen. And Mike Coulter, star of Marvel's Luke Cage, says that the series will be set a few months after the end of the first season of Jessica Jones, with Cage living in Harlem. The series is set to come out on Netflix in 2016. Sadly, it is now time to end this week's episode. There are links to social media pages below, along with like and subscribe buttons. And if you've already read Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn and want to comment on what your favorite scene or quote is, I'd love to read about it. And tune in next time to find out if I'm really a superhero in hiding.